Hi, I'm Tim Allen with QSPNLive.com, and I have with me today Mr. Mark Ransford. And Mark is the co-chair of the committee that puts on the annual Rotary concert here at Winninghoff Park. And Mark, thanks for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about this year's concert. How many years have you guys been doing this now?
This is year number 8.
Year number 8. And so when you guys raise funds from this, which I assume, I know like the last year from what I heard was pretty substantial funds, what does Rotary do with all that stuff?
It all stays in the community. Well, not quite all of it. Some of it we give to the Rotary International, to the Rotary. But I would say 80 to 90% of it stays in the community. So we're committed to giving $20,000 for the new CAT scan machine the hospital has received a grant for. We earmarked $10,000 for the trails. We have a philanthropic committee that is about 15% of our annual income. And last year we netted close to $60,000 from this concert. So we have a philanthropic committee, and locals can come, local groups, local citizens can come and ask us for money. So we donate to the Festival of Trees, which I'm also involved with. We donate to Close Up. We donate. It's almost too numerous to count.
Right.
We donate to the kids on Valley Days. We give Jim 80 money to help pay for his carnival that he puts on here. We've donated to the canine program for wounded vets, wounded warriors. We've donated to that. I mean,
sounds like you guys have your hand in a lot of different projects, and this thing really helps fund a lot of that.
Oh, another big one is the library. Okay, 2 years ago we donated over $15,000 to the library.
Man.
So that's just, and I know I'm missing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you guys are an incredible asset for this town. I mean, that's a lot of philanthropic work that wouldn't otherwise get done but for a bunch of people coming to a concert.
That's right, and just and having a good time doing it.
Yeah.
But it's it's a great event. It really is. It's a wonderful venue here. I know you're going to pan here later and show people what it looks like. There's not a bad seat in the house. The acoustics are just wonderful. It doesn't matter where you're standing out here or sitting, you can.
Yeah, this is a great facility, and I mean, there's hillsides all over this, this part of the country, and to turn one into an amphitheater and an ice rink.
Right, and a soccer field. And it's a little bit everything. And also the bands love to play here.
Really?
The bands enjoy playing here. I mean, it's a pretty venue, and they sound good, and so...
So let's talk about this year's event a little bit. So who do we have coming in that's going to bring the entertainment this year for folks?
Well, this year we're starting with the Cold Hard Cash Show, which is, they are, I don't know if knockoff's the right word, but they do, they are a Johnny Cash type band. And I mean, they just do Johnny Cash shows.
Like a cover band kind of thing.
They're a cover band. That's the word I was looking for. They're a cover band for Johnny Cash. And they've been here a couple times. And they're very popular, and they're very good at what they do. And then we are having Jeremy McComb. He is a Nashville country western writer and singer. He also owns the nightclub out in State Line out in Idaho. He bought it from Kelly Hughes.
Wow.
You're probably familiar with Kelly Hughes.
Yeah.
So he owns that, and he comes to Philipsburg quite often and does a lot of benefits. He'll be here tonight at the brewery.
Oh, wow.
Playing, I understand. And he's bringing some friends of his, and I didn't do my homework. One is a pretty famous country western female singer, and she's coming, and she's bringing her band.
We'll just tell you to look for the advertising on that, and we'll try and find that out for you, too, and bring it to you here on QSPN.
Because I didn't do my homework.
So. That's okay. That's okay. We'll still give you a passing grade.
You can find that out. She's not on I'm not sure she's on the program, any of our literature, because we had it all printed before we knew she was coming. Sure. And so Jeremy is going to bring Nashville songwriters, and he's bringing his band. So they'll be and they're rocking and rolling.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I heard from somebody that he used to open for Larry, the cable guy. Is that what I heard?
I think that's
or he
right.
had something to do with
yes,
that?
I think so. He's played some pretty big acts.
Yeah, so
Yes.
he's a talent from what I hear. I haven't heard him play. I'll get to do that hopefully at the brewery. So now,
And there's one more band.
okay,
There is one more band, Showdown.
okay,
Showdown, who's a Missoula band, and they're very popular around the state too. And so, we're kind of thinking at the end of the day that probably Jeremy and the Showdown they'll probably do some jamming at the end of the day. We can't say that for sure. You never can say that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of.
I don't think you can predict anything with
can't
musicians.
That's right. But I think that would be. I would be surprised almost if it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So.
And so this format now, the last 2 years, you guys were an Arbor Day concert. So, there's been a little bit of talk about why did the Rotary go away from that? Can you just kind of maybe touch on that briefly?
Well, one thing was this is our sesquicentennial, so this is our 150th year as a town, and so we wanted to have a celebration for that, and we thought we would make the concert part of that celebration. And we also, the licensing was getting to be expensive, and that was money we thought we could put in to the bands or someplace else.
Sure.
And we also, Mission Mountain's a wonderful band. We had them 2 years in a row, and it's time to. People like variety.
Yeah, sure.
We like variety, and we were hearing that from the crowd. So, and nothing against them; they're a wonderful band, and I think we could easily have them again here someday.
Sure, absolutely.
But people were ready for something a little different.
So let's now look at aside from Winninghoff Park, and when people come, they're bringing blankets, they're bringing chairs, whatever, to sit in the amphitheater. Is that right?
That's right. Yes, bring your lawn chair, bring your blankets. Small umbrellas are okay. If it's really hot, but nothing big. Because it's just fair for the people behind you that you're not obstructing their view. And then no coolers and no dogs except for service dogs.
Okay.
But we will have plenty of food.
Right, and let's talk about the vendors. You guys, I know you got some vendors. I'm going to be here as one of the vendors with Valley Fire. So let's talk about the vendors. Who's all coming, and tell us some things about that.
Okay. Well, this year we elected, since we're a nonprofit, we elected to ask the nonprofit people first if they wanted to be vendors. And 2 years ago we had too many vendors, so we limited it to 4, so that the vendors have a chance to do well. And so you mentioned Valley Fire, so Valley Fire will be here serving pulled pork. Kenny Kane always does a wonderful job.
It's hard to work and not eat the profits.
Yes. And so I guess I'll throw in here, I'm on the Valley Fire board myself, so it's kind of shows you what a small community is and how we all interact here. So Valley Fire will be here. Philipsburg Fire will be back this year. They think they're probably going to sell brats. Okay. The Philipsburg Close-Up will be here, and they've always served hamburgers and drinks, okay, cheeseburgers. And then the Philipsburg Art Council will be here too, and they are serving walking tacos. And if you've never had one of those, it's basically taco meat and a bag of Fritos.
Yeah.
They're very popular too. So that'll be our vendors this year. And I'm sure they'll have plenty of food.
And so I think that's important too, when people realize if you come here and you spend, your money on your tickets, your money on the vendors, everything's going to go back into the communities and the people and the programs around this area. Which,
Yes.
I know each of those groups probably makes $5,000 or $6,000 on the vending side. You guys,
well,
make
they
a ton
hope
of money.
so. They hope they,
Yeah.
that's a little bit.
But if you make a few $1,000s, it's all going back to the fire departments. It's going back to kids in schools. It's going back to all the programs you support. So it's not like this is somebody lining their pockets with a bunch of money because they're just putting on a concert.
That's right. We need to mention 2 other things too. With the beer,
Yeah.
we will be having beer. Summit Beverage is providing all the taps and all the vehicles and the refrigeration and the tents. Okay, they've been really good with us. They'll provide some beer. Most of the beer will be coming from our local brewery, Philipsburg Brewery. So there'll also be wine. We have free water for designated drivers. If you say you're a designated driver, we'll give you a wristband, and you can get free water from the
That's
from
great.
Summit. So that's and that's a big part of our. We got to admit, the beer is a good profit center.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of beer. We never run out. So.
That's right, never run out of beer. So this year, if people have seen all this, they know who's coming. How do they get tickets for this?
Okay, well, I'm going to mention one more thing before we go to the tickets. Also, our library will be doing all the vending of the merchandise.
Oh, okay.
We have T-shirts, posters of the logo that you can show.
And I'll tell you what, I'll just hold this up real quick.
This
is a great looking poster, and wouldn't look bad in somebody's house if you framed that thing. And certainly we'll have those around town and around the area, so if you want one of those.
And we'll have T-shirts and caps, hoodies, so there'll be clothing as well. And all the profits from that, the library is going to keep. Okay, so we're just, once the expenses are covered, then they'll get that.
Yeah, well, that's great.
So we do try, we try hard to make it a total non-profit, oriented event.
So tickets. How do people get here for this?
Tickets. You get them online at Philipsburg Rotary. If it's probably .com or it's probably .org.
We'll have it below the screen here. We'll make sure we find it.
But if you just type in Philipsburg Rotary, it'll come up. And right on the screen I opened up this morning, it says buy tickets here.
Okay, so it's right there readily available.
It's right there. Tickets are $35 for adults, $40 a day of the show. They're $15 for age 7 to 12, and under 7 is free. Okay. You can also, there are people selling tickets in town. There's several businesses. The new pottery shop is one they've sold the most. Tommy Knockers is selling them. Leanne Tanish is selling them at our insurance agency, and I feel bad for the other ones that are selling them because they're not getting recognition. But we have some other people in town.
We'll try and get that list too. Look for that on QSPN, and if we don't get it on the video, make sure you look below the video in the story, and we'll try and list those various venues as well. And we'll also have a link to the Philipsburg Rotary page and a link to their Facebook page, so you can get all the information on the concert.
Right, because we are selling some on Facebook, and I'm not a Facebook person, so I'm the wrong person to ask about that.
That's okay. You're part of that small percentage now.
It's getting smaller, I guess. But my wife is on it, and but maybe someday.
Yeah, 1 degree of separation from Facebook.
Yes.
Well, Mark, I appreciate your time today. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to a great concert. Again, the date for the concert?
The date is August 19th, Saturday, August 19th. And the gates open at 11. This is what we've been doing. The music starts at noon. It says it'll be over at 5. It always goes till 6 anyway.
And I think last year there were people lining up. I know when I was out here with Valley Fire, there were people lining up, I think around 9:30, 10 o'clock, because they wanted to. Because it's not that you're buying a seat. It's first in gets whatever seat they're getting.
But there's not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, really.
That's the other thing.
I mean,
we are limiting the tickets to about 2,500. Okay?
So, and that's important. Make sure, because ticket sales are going good, but we want to make sure you get a ticket for this. So go online, go to the links that we provide. If you have to, I guess you could call the Rotary or call the Chamber here. I'm sure they'd have information on the concert. It's a big community event, and we really want to make sure that everybody comes out for it.
Okay, and if I may have one more word about the tickets.
Sure.
You get them online, and you get an email, and you print that.
Well, that's right.
And there's a barcode on there, and that you will bring, and then we will scan it. So,
they're going high tech this year. So,
or if you can buy we have physical tickets that you can buy as well, but they're the ones that are at the local stores. But if you get your tickets online, you will be getting a piece of paper that you bring here, and then we will scan it.
Right. So make sure you hold on to that email that you'll get back, and the document that is provided after you purchase the ticket, because that barcode is your ticket into the venue. So make sure you have that.
And I shouldn't say this, maybe we have a record of who gets them.
Oh, sure.
We'll have a list, and so if you forget your ticket or something, then it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
We will work with you.
But don't be that guy that holds up the line.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
Or you may have to wait.
That's right.
You may be at the end of the line.
That's right. And you don't want to be that guy. So. All right, I think that's about it. Thank you very much, Mark. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming today.
Thank
Again,
you for
Mark
having
Ransford,
me.
co-chair of the Rotary Concert Committee for this year's concert, August 19th, right?
Right here at Winning Park.
At Winning Park at 11 a.m. For QSPNLive.com, this is Tim Allen reporting.
The Philipsburg Rotary Club built the facilities at Winning Park with no public monies, paying for everything through donations and fundraisers. The land immediately north of the park and behind the stage is also owned by the Rotary Club. There are 3 entry points for the concert, with only point number 3 on West Stockton Street available for handicap parking. Handicap parking will be in Area 4. There will be room for dancing in Area 6, with room for seating in Areas 6 and 7 on a first-come, first-served basis. You will find all of the food vendors in Area 8, while there will be beer gardens in both areas marked by number 9.